Hey, it's Kirk Smith again here with Easy Breezy Home Buyers. Just want to give you a little tip that I ran across here while doing some work in one of our rehabs. Have you ever had a situation where a box is protruding out of the wall? This one's sticking out a good ½ inch or so. There's no way to recess it. The wall's already finished, so tearing it out and redoing it is a lot of work. So I found a quick little solution. I'll show you how it works. Again, this is Kirk with Easy Breezy Home Buyers. If you guys have a home you'd like to sell, give me a call at 720-7355. That's 757-720-SELL, S-E-L-L. We buy homes in any condition, close on your timeline, pay cash, and pay all closing costs. So give us a call. Let me show you what we're doing here. So this is the situation. Again, this box, this wall has been completely finished in this garage conversion. And in garage conversions, you always have odd little angles. There's a box that we had to frame in because there's a hose bib there that was protruding out too far. So all these things sometimes can create some challenges in basements. But here's one where the contractors left this box sticking out. It's too shallow to push it back in there. I could take it out, put it in a shallow box, do some different things, but you can see there's quite a lot of wires coming together there. So it didn't make sense, in my opinion, to do all of that, run the risk of damaging the wall. So come up with a neat little solution. What we did was we went out and purchased this on-wall conduit box, and it's just a tad bit deeper than what that box protrudes. There are 2 screws that come with it, right here. Normally those screw into this plate, which you mount on the wall for on-wall conduit, and then screws into these little corner things here. Nice thing about these post-work or old work boxes is they already have holes right here and here that line up with that. So we should be able to just screw that right on there with the existing screws, and then screw a cover plate on there, and it will look very nice, look finished out, and not take a lot of time or damage the wall. So let me do that and we'll show you what that looks like. All right, so you can see that worked out quite nicely. So again, we use those empty holes in the corner of this old work box. Now normally those holes are filled with a screw, and there's a plastic wing, if you will, on the back of that. And when you turn the screw, the wing pops up, and that's what holds the box in place. But in this situation, the contractor just used screws in the back of the box to hold it to the wood that was behind it. Again, the same wood that's preventing it from going all the way in the wall. So we were able to utilize these holes. I used some 1 1/4 inch screws, standard screws that I used for, or that we use for extending outlet boxes and so forth. And they screwed right in there. So that holds it nice and tight. And then in addition to that, when we put the screws in here to hold the cover plate on, it will go all the way through and also make contact with that box, giving us some extra measure of security. And so that should cover it and look quite nice. So let me go ahead and put the cover on. You'll see what it looks like. All right, and there we go. That's after putting the cover plate on. I used a 3/8 inch oversized plate, which lets it wrap right around that box quite nicely. Gives it a real nice finished look, and takes an eyesore and turns it into something that's quite tolerable. I'll likely take some paint, the wall color paint, and paint this whole thing so it'll mostly blend right in, and you'll hardly even notice it. One of the things I always do too, or that our electrician always does too, which is just an extra measure of quality, notice the screws are always turned in the same direction. It's a minor, simple thing. It only takes a second to make sure they're all aligned. So when you look at every single outlet that we use, or every single switch cover, you'll see that those screws are always turned straight up.